welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and today we're going to be doing the other half of the Exotico Tequila. We're doing the Reposado today, and we just did the Blanco, so we're just going to go ahead and knock this other one out right next to it, back to back. So today is going to be the full review episode of the Reposado. 40% alcohol by volume. It's made in Mexico, Jalisco, Mexico. Pretty much everything we just did about the Blanco is now being done with the Reposado. We go from the light to the dark. Come to the dark side. I don't even have to ask you. You don't know where that one's from. So if you're new to the channel, hello, welcome. Come on in. Always good times to be had. All my returning viewers, you know how we do. Let's get crack-a-lackin'. Okay, so the Reposado is a Blanco. I'm sorry, the Blanco is a silver or a white, if you will. In rum, they have the gold and the silver, you know, but the same thing sort of transfers over into tequila. So this tequila, a Reposado, means it's rested. And it's rested in white oak barrels, ex-bourbon white oak barrels. No information on which distillery or company, whatever, that those barrels come from. That's sad. But they do say that this rests in those barrels for 6 months. I think there was a discrepancy upon dates or times. I heard 4 months, 6 months came out to be the predominant number out of all that mess. What is this? Okay, I'm sorry. I had to read my own language, my own writing there for a moment. Traditional pot still. So they use traditional pot stills, and just like the Blanco, it's twice distilled, but they distill it again, and they let it rest in some barrels, some ex-bourbon barrels for 6 months, and then they put it in the bottle and they send it to me. Okay, so let's do the rundown real quick. Mr. Randy does a 3-part series of reviews when he does a whiskey, wine, libations of sorts reviews. Part 1, off the rip, get it home, crack it open, pour it in a glass, have my pour, share my experiences with you. Because gosh darn it, you're that lucky. Part 2, halfway down, we're going to do the full review where we're at today. We'll leave whatever's left in there, let it sit for a week, 2 weeks, depending on scheduling and the libation, of course. I'm going to go on the internet, find as much information as possible, always come back with less, present it to you. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to score it. We'll continue to drink it because we got to get to part 3 down there. Part 3, the final pour, thusly named, have that final pour in the glass compared to the first pour off the rip and everything in between. It's kind of hard to like pull out my handy dandy whiskey color scale, and off screen there's so much on that bottom end. Because like most bourbons get up to, you know, copper over to here. Scotch can get seriously down to here and some up there. But this is kind of hard. I'm going to say it's probably old gold maybe. Off camera it looks like between yellow gold and old gold, but it doesn't matter because we're not going to be looking at it for very much longer. We're going to be smelling it. So on the nose, just like its twin Blanco, it has that soft, more mellow nose. You get some pepper, some spice. The citrus has now sort of been messed with by the oak barrels and the bourbon. You do get a little bourbon on the nose. Some of that oaky, vanilla, bourbon-esque notes. Absolutely. That spicy pepper, it's not so spicy anymore. It definitely turned down from off the rip. I paid just over $17, just like its twin. I bought the twins at the same time because you don't take one old twin home from the hospital. You take both of them with you. Very important. Remember these. Okay? You put the baby in the trunk and you put the bottles in the... No, you don't put the bottles in the... You don't put the baby in the trunk. I'm sorry. It's a joke. Hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings. 40% alcohol by volume. It's got a nice nose. It's very easy. Most people are claiming that, yeah, this is an okay tequila. Nothing really strong or important to really talk about. but we're going to do it anyways. Let's go ahead and get to that first palating, because that first palating is an acclimation point. This is much smoother and much sweeter than the Blanco. Has a little bit more characteristic than the Blanco, and that is because of the barrel. The ex-bourbon barrel resting for 6 months. The longer you let a spirit sit in a barrel, the smoother it's going to come out. There is a point where too much is too much. And the industry has definitely been pushing that limit quite a bit. Some of these whiskeys and other libations can go up to 20, 30. I seen a 52-year-old whiskey the other day. Oof, don't even ask how much that costs. Let's go ahead and get that second pallet and get it moving. Much, much smoother and easier to drink than the Blanco. I'm finding out that the Reposado is probably more favorable if you had to drink it neat. Like, I don't know, if I had to take a bottle out into the middle of the desert or something, and all I had was this. I had to choose between the Reposado or the Blanco. I'd go with the Reposado. It's much smoother, much easier to drink, much more character to have a little bit of playtime with. So let's get one more and we'll go on that palate. You're getting a sweet smoothness with the oaky barrel vanilla, and then that spice. The whole resting, it smooths the edges out on that spicy. So the spice doesn't really want to come out until after the oak, the vanilla starts to subside, then the pepper turns up. It's got a sort of that barrel resting sort of gives it a unique little aftertaste. When the majority of the taste character profile has subsided, there's this kind of odd but interesting, not bad aftertaste that kind of sets up there for a little bit. I'm getting some on the lips right now, but not so much the gums. The gums will probably come in when we do the finish. So let's go ahead and do that right now. It's a pretty good viscosity. As always with that, transfers well to the mouth. The tongue has decided to wake up. Just like the Blanco, it starts on the tip of the tongue. It slowly crawls its way across the back. The back end's got about a 1 for the heat. About a 1. I don't think it's know whether it's going to turn up or not. Now I'm getting the cheeks are coming in. The lips. The gums need to wake up and get with line here because we can't wait all day. If you're still watching by now, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps out whatever platform you're watching this video on. And if you want to do me a favor, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know where you're at, where you're from, what you're drinking, what's the weather like. Just hit me up in the comments. I'm getting a little bit of gums, I think because of the resting. And it's took out a little bit of that roughness and that sort of like that strength. A lot of that's sort of like turned down a little bit. Not bad, but it just doesn't have as much of an effect as the Blanco. It is much smoother than the Blanco. So everything's pretty much toned down by now, and it's just going to linger for a few minutes, so I guess it's done. Not bad of a finish. It's a little smoother, like I said, much smoother and easier than the Blanco. I'd pick this over the Blanco, hands down. My score is going to be a solid 3 out of 5. Again, price point, just like the Blanco. I paid just over $17 out the door, so it's a sub $20, but it's not. It's actually a $30 to $35 bottle out the door. Some of these places, that's the price on the shelf before taxes, so take that if you will. My fair price, just like the Blanco, this would probably be pushing more towards a 25. I would pay more for this one than I would the Blanco. There's more went into this than the Blanco, so of course you'd have to pay. You should pay a little more, but if they want to give it, the same price, it's your choice. You should pick what you like. You pick what you like. In the Whiskey Tribe, we say drink what you like, the way you like to drink it. Don't be a snob. Snob is obviously word replaced for the other word, which we can't because I want to keep this as friendly as possible across all platforms. My fair price, again, like I said, 25 would probably put it in a good spot. I wouldn't mind paying 25. Would I buy this again? I'd buy it again over the Blanco for sure. But like I said, with the Blanco, it'd be kind of a no-brainer situation. If I had to pick something real quick and this was available and at a relatively decent price, I would not have a problem or an issue taking it home with me or wherever I'm going to drink it. So there it is. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Have a better one than the Blanco.